successful in one endeavor that I was really working hard on, and that was to get a year ahead on the mortgage, and I did that today. I had to do it through extreme sacrifice, but I actually feel like I accomplished something. I'll be in a bind in other ways, but sometimes you just have to choose the bind you want to be in. Pick your poison. And of all the evils to have to deal with in this situation, being unemployed, hopefully not becoming long-term unemployed, the evil I choose to deal with is being without now in order to have a year ahead on the mortgage. Anyway, something interesting that I've noticed in my job searches is that some employers I've noticed are taking up a technique that's widely practiced in Europe, and that is work contracts, where essentially you apply for, it's like in the case I was looking at, it's a field tech who you would normally work for a company, and they just simply offer you a 12-month contract. I know those are big in Australia too, but you hadn't seen a lot of that in the United States, but I have a feeling that that's fixing to go to that in a big way. The downside is that I was reading some of the reviews on this one particular company, and I'm not lumping all companies together. I'm just trying to illustrate how that contract setup is a bad deal, and that is the most common complaint. And there was a lot of reviews. The most common complaint was how they can, evidently they write these contracts, for a year, but they can end it at any time. So it's the same as a at-will, at-work state like Texas, where you can just dump anybody in under any condition you want. You don't have to, it's so much as explained to them why you're getting rid of them, which is BS, and it's always been BS. And that's because unions are so very weak in Texas. Labor's very weak. And so anyway, in my book, those are jobs to stay away from, because they can, offer you what appears on the surface to be an agreement for your labor services for 12 months, and then 2 weeks later, and some of those people did say that, but 2 weeks later they just gave them the axe for no reason. So, ain't for me. I'm just gonna make my employment the old standard style, and that is if I can find one. But I definitely will not take a contract job out of desperation. Those can come back and bite you in the you-know-what. So anyway, it's interesting to see that's you're beginning to see that now, and in the job market, in the employment place. And my advice to anybody is on those deals, the same as anything else: buyer beware. Anytime you have a non-traditional, this is what I call a gimmick, and that's what those are, gimmicks that totally favor the the company. You're a subcontractor, and those type deals can bite you in the butt. So beware of those. I have a feeling they're going to be just flooding the marketplace, because it's another way around employee rights. And plus, on those deals, it's all 1099 stuff. You're responsible for taking your own taxes out, and you know how that goes. What they do is they give you what seems to be a slightly above average wage with no benefits, and they are not taking out federal or state taxes. Come on, give me a break. It's going to kill you the next year, and then you may even end up being in trouble with the law over it. So anyway, my advice is be careful of this. I stay away from those deals, just straight up. That's a deal that it's a gimmick, it's a ripoff, it's cutthroat, and my advice is avoid those type deals unless you have a really good contract that protects you. So and they're not likely to sign anything that gives you any rights at all. So you're better off just staying with a traditional job, plain Jane job with benefits if you can find them, and stay traditional. Anyway, that's it for now. So just keep plugging.